So now let's start, let's continue with this actually. Let's do this. Let's continue with this and write teams, okay? So let's do Celtics. Let's do Cav. I don't really remember how to spell any of their names, but let's do San Antonio. Let's do again, I'm just making this up as I go, so I don't really know. Orlando Magic. OKC. I don't really remember how to spell it. All right, I think that's fine. Okay, so let's come up with some numbers here for them. Okay, so let's say for the month of September, Celtics won 80% of their game. Right? Let's say they won 80% all the way through. Let's say Cavaliers won 75.5% of their games all the way through. San Antonio, let's say they won 87% of their games. Golden State will do 95% of all of their games. Orlando, 68%. Okay. And then OKC, we'll say they won 72% of their games. All right. We can mix match it, but there's going to be a method to the madness that I'm doing here. Okay. So one of the other cool things you could do in Excel, right, is you can do what's known as, why does it keep doing that? You could freeze certain panes within your spreadsheet, right? So, for example, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I scroll down in my spreadsheet right now, you'll notice I'm just scrolling down and I can't really see any of the text or information that exists here, right? Same goes for if I scroll to the left, right? If I decide to scroll all the way to the left, I keep going and I don't really get to see what's going on. And one of the things you're going to run into, when you're working in large spreadsheets is, you're going to want to freeze a particular row. So let's say I wanted to freeze the month of September and find a particular player or a particular team because my teams happen to be, over 300 teams. So the way you would do that is by going into View, okay? And when you go to the View tab in your spreadsheet, you're going to see where it says Freeze Panes. And I'm going to click, when you click on the drop-down menu for Freeze Panes, you'll notice there's a lot of different ways you can freeze particular panes in Excel. So I'm going to click Freeze Top Row. Okay, so the Freeze Top Row, what it's going to do is it's going to freeze the top row for you. So when you scroll down, you'll be able to see, right, NBA playoffs inside of your spreadsheet. So let's say instead of just freezing the NBA playoffs, you actually wanted to freeze the particular months related. So I'm going to click Freeze Top Row. I guess it won't let me do that. Let's hide this. Okay. Let's see. Unfreeze panes. Okay. Unfreeze. Let me just hide it and see if that'll help me freeze it. Freeze top row. All right, perfect. So as you notice, okay, I can freeze the top row here, team, September, October, right? And then I'll be able to basically look at the team if I needed to, look at the month, and basically scroll down to kind of really figure out exactly what's going on and exactly what I'm looking for, right? So I can scroll as far down as I need to, and I'll still be able to see the top row no matter what, right? And to unfreeze it, all we have to do is go back to freeze, click unfreeze, and it will basically unfreeze that top row.